Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, all of that juicy goodness. I'm an intuitive reader, a manifesting coach, a Reiki practitioner, and a life path guide and mentor here to help you along your awakening journey. And while we are awakening, it is always fun to get messages from the universe to see where we're at. And I can't tell you how many times I would watch intuitive readers on YouTube when I was first awakening back in 2018, and I felt like they saved my life. There would be days I would be teaching at school and I would be like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't know what's going on with me. I have so much anxiety. And then I would come home and work out and I would shower and then I would sit down and I would just watch reading after reading, and every single message reflected exactly what was happening throughout my day. So then I built my faith and I learned to believe more in this, in my life in general, in the universe, and then also in myself. I could trust that whatever I was experiencing was meant to be. So let's see what messages you need to hear and see if it resonates with your day or your night or your morning. So let's start with we're going to do a spirit animal wisdom deck. I just saw the monkey at the bottom, which is super, super playful. Okay. We have the elephant. Grounding, ground your energies and emotions deep into the earth. Okay, so I also see the elephant as it creates an obstacle for it to overcome. So sometimes in life we can get ourselves into trouble. We can kind of do things and we're like, why did I do this? And a lot of times it's because we're creating an obstacle to overcome, because we're old souls and we cannot just sit here and go through mundane life without any kind of challenges. So this could also mean the universe is bringing you a challenge, because you're going to be receiving your gifts through that challenge. So for example, you guys know that with my experience with losing my daughter, it was like the biggest challenge of my life, right? But that brought me so much wisdom, that brought me so much confidence, and I had to learn how to move out of that depression and anxiety. I had to learn about nature and how much it really helps me when I'm in the sunshine or when I'm around trees. I just feel better. It does something to your energetic body, which is basically like a cleanse. So this is saying whatever painful experience you're going through right now, you are going to be receiving or finding your strength through it. And funny how I was talking about nature, and this is talking about ground yourself. So I wasn't implying to send that message because of the card, but it just came through. So that's a double confirmation that the elephant is saying, get yourself out in nature, ground yourself, learn what works for you if you're going through something difficult. Okay, let's get two more cards. One, we have the lion. Honor your soul and celebrate its journey. Again, there's some trees in this card. He's out in nature. Obviously, all of these cards are going to be in nature because they're animals, but my attention was drawn to the trees or the bush, whatever that is. So this is saying maybe the past was your obstacle. Maybe you went through something tough in the past, and now you're seeing that you grounded yourself through it. You're finding your strength through it. You see your gifts now, and now it's saying honor that. Pay attention to it, celebrate it, share it with the world. One more card. Ooh, we got the froggy and the chameleon. Yeah. Okay. The frog says, stepping into your power. Don't take a back seat in your story. It's time to step up. And I just saw somebody leaping, like a leapfrog. You're taking a leap into this new, a new relationship, a new situation, just something. You're leaping into better water, cleaner water. It's not as rough. And the chameleon says, soul tribe, it is safe to be seen. Yep. You are allowed to share your gifts. Whatever you've endured, you're allowed to be seen. You're allowed to shine. You're allowed to speak about it. So step out of your comfort zone, and look how similar these two are, right? They're both hanging on to a branch or a leaf, and it's like they're timid. They're ready to go. They're like almost ready. I'm there, I'm there, I'm there, and they're about to jump. That's the feeling I have in my body. It's like we're so close. We can see all the signs. We can see how everything has led us exactly to where we're meant to be right now. And it's just a matter of taking that step. Let's do the Spirit Song Tarot, my new deck that I got. I've used it a couple times already. And I'm so shocked that I came out here to film and it's like 90 some degrees today. Don't mind the hair because I just got a shower. I didn't really do anything with it. But I just put my Jeep top on because it was so hot and I didn't want my seats to like bake. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to film today. It's super hot, but out here, it just feels so cool and nice. And I can feel a little bit of a breeze on my back. So I'm milking my balcony readings for as long as I can before winter comes. So we have 6 of Acorns, success, triumph. This is 6 of Wands. And in the original tarot, the 6 of Wands is somebody coming through on a horse with a wand and a wreath, and everybody's watching them. Everybody's seeing them. So it's almost like it is safe to be seen. Somebody is about to get recognized for all the good that they've done. You know, you've been doing the work behind closed doors. You've been going through a spiritual awakening. You've been stopping your patterns and cycles. And now people are seeing your growth. And essentially you're seeing it. You're honoring yourself, which is the most beautiful piece. I was actually just on a call the other night with a woman from Europe, and she was having all of these manifestations happen. And she just kind of was just like, I just don't feel, I thought I'd feel better. I thought I'd feel more excited about them. I still don't feel good after having them. And that's a true test to when we're calling in things, if we are not connected to ourselves and our inner child, and if we have not filled our own cup up, all of these external things won't fill you up. And you think they will, but they won't. And that's why I love to do my mentorship program and one-on-one readings, is because I teach people to retether themselves to their heart, to the inner child, to their soul, so they can literally look back at their past and say, okay, I see why this happened. I see how I was so strong in this situation and I got through it. I'm so proud of myself. So it's almost like you're looking at the younger version of yourself and you're honoring all the cool things that they did or anything that they went through. You're saying, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. And if you messed up here, that's okay. We learned that lesson. We're no longer doing that pattern anymore. So the 6 of Acorns is you seeing your success. And when you actually honor yourself, then other people start to recognize it about you too, and you become more magnetic. Let's get 3 Micah magic in response to the 6 of Wands, or the 6 of Acorns. 1 is walking away from what doesn't serve you. 2, make the change. Wow, I just dropped so many. Make the change, you will feel amazing. Mother Mary is here to guide you. Clear as day. So there's something you're needing to walk away from, and Mother Mary is going to show you the way. Making the change. And I just heard that when you make a change internally and you say, universe, Mother Mary, I commit, I surrender, I cannot stay in this thing one more minute. Help me, change me into the person that can take action to make it happen. I don't know the right steps. I don't know where to go next. I don't know who to talk to. Please show me the way. And when you offer it up and just pray like that, it is amazing how things show up for you. And I have a couple friends right now who are leaving toxic partnerships and they're having to like sneak their way out because it's so toxic and they don't feel safe, and they're making the change. And they were on the phone crying saying, I don't know how to do this. And I said, you don't have to know. You've never done this before. I was like, we're just going to pray and you're going to get the next steps when you feel better. So I told her to go get lunch, to go for a walk. And within like 20 minutes, she texted me and she's like, do you think so-and-so would let me live with them? And I was like, that is a genius idea. So it's like when she finally released and let go, and she was just like, okay, I'm going to surrender, not need an answer right now. The answer arrived and she has an option now. So you don't always have to know the next steps. They come to us when we get out of our own way and we don't try to grip and control. Okay. Let's do an animal card, the camel. Somebody is dehydrated, exhausted, and wanting out. You're wanting water. You're exhausted. And I just heard this is sexual frustration. Somebody is so in a drought of love and connection, and man, they just feel like nothing is satisfying them. No beautiful scenery, no moon, no food, no self pleasure, no movies, no, like nothing, even like trying to start a project, nothing feels good until you connect with yourself and with your partner. And my watch just buzzed when I said that. So that's confirmation that when you feel exhausted and you feel like nothing is satiating you, that's because you might be being drawn to go toward your match. You might need to go get that life force energy that you get from your partner. And sometimes when you get closer to being in connection with your person, it feels that way. It feels like you're like, oh my gosh, I just want to numb nonstop. I want to drink more. I want to do more. Nothing feels good. I've gotten that feeling many times. And then I connect with somebody, my person, and it just feels good. And you're like, oh my gosh, I just needed that. And sometimes I don't need that person to do it, but I just need to connect to myself. I need to go allow myself to sleep for 2 hours and just take a nap. And then I wake up feeling energized and rejuvenated. Also, when you feel dehydrated, you could have like an energy drain around you. You could be around too many energies, and your mind is, and the way you know this is your mind is obsessive. You start to get these obsessive thoughts about people, places, and things. And that means you're too much in that energy field. You got to pull your energy back. You got to not look at certain things. You got to not watch TV, not look at social media. Don't absorb any content, and just recharge your energy out in nature. That's a huge one. When you're feeling like you can't get satiated, your soul is usually looking to satiate you. It's saying, hey, I'm in here. Stop looking outside of you. Come see me. And the way we connect to our soul is through solitude, meditation, walks, drives. That's why I always take my drives and I post them on my YouTube. And they always get the most views, which I don't really care about. But then there's always those people who are like, you're going to kill someone. You're videoing yourself while you're driving. Just so that you guys know, I'm always doing it on farmland roads where there's not a car in sight. And yes, I know a deer or anything could pop out of, but it's usually farmland. There's usually not a lot of trees, but I'm usually very safe if I'm on my phone while I'm driving, even though I shouldn't be, but you know what I mean. So the deer is kind of like saying, how can you mother yourself more? But even though I just stuttered when I said that, I was stuttering because I was thinking a thought that said deer in headlights. Like this new beginning, this new you, it just came out of nowhere. You're like, whoa, I see things clearly now. I see that I cannot handle another minute without my person, without this, or in this job, or in this environment. I need to get out. And for my two friends who are going through those breakups, that's what they're feeling. They're feeling like, oh my gosh, like they're suffocating in these environments, and the universe is aligning their exit, which is perfect. But the deer card is saying, mother yourself, and this is all coming out of nowhere, and it's going to happen fast when it does happen. Okay, let's do 3 tarot. Well, hello. We have 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, planning for the long term, and Queen of Pentacles. Heck yes! We love getting the queens and the kings because that means you've made it. You've mastered something. You are now this grounded queen who understands, and there's a cute little bunny at her feet, who understands that no matter what is happening in her life, she is solid. She is not going to let the toxicity, the jealousy, all that other crap, that the wounded part of her she used to live in, she's not in that costume anymore. She is now a queen and she's made it. And this card says generous, practical, gracious, materialistic, the ability to make anything more beautiful. Materialistic meaning like it's earthly possessions. A love of family and home. Yep. Be practical about how you proceed, a love of art and beauty, sensible approach. So she's grounded, she's smart, she's not vindictive, she's not impulsive. She understands that she's really good at making things look beautiful. She understands that she's really good at nurturing partnerships and taking care of sweet animals. And it's because she did the work. She put in these long hours to become this woman who could be this way. So for those of you on my channel, if you're consistently here learning and growing along with me, you are aligned with this energy. You are aligned with the energy of somebody who is not going to act out patterns anymore. And that is so attractive. For a partner to see you doing the work on yourself, to make sure that you are the healthiest version of you, and you won't lie, you won't cheat, you won't be dishonest. You're always going to speak your truth. You're always going to be calm before you approach your partner, before you express any kind of needs or concerns. You did the work to prepare your nervous system to not be reactive. And that is a beautiful trait, because that's priceless. You know, a person could leave you and go cheat with somebody else, or maybe I don't know, somebody could hire somebody else for a certain job, but you know your value. You know that what you have to offer can't be bought anywhere. And not many other people have this resilience and this strength, this queen energy. They're not reactive. They're the most patient, most calm, respected, magnetic. It's the divine feminine energy. She is so willing to offer space for all people to heal and to grow. And that's because she did the work on herself. And this is also about abundance too. So let's read it. It says, learning all you can about a subject or career, going back to school, taking a seminar, or finding a mentor. Attention to detail, skilled work that you love. So this is also the divine feminine doing what she loves. She wakes up every day and she cannot wait to get started doing what she's meant to be doing, her mission work, inspiring people, helping people in whatever work she's doing. She could be a nurse, she could be a lawyer, she could be a teacher, she could be a YouTuber, she could be a mom, she could be so many different things. But this divine feminine has made it. So high five to all my divine feminines. You have made it. You have done the work to grow and expand yourself. And now you're here just to be a space holder. And when I say space holder, you're literally allowing somebody else to share their pain with you. You're not judging it. You're not trying to fix it. You're just sitting there listening. That's holding space for somebody. That's allowing them to have whatever they have and put it on the table. And we're not doing anything with it. We're just allowing it to be there. That's holding space for somebody. And that is the most attractive thing that anybody can have, because it not only feels good to be seen and to be heard in that moment, but also to not have someone try to fix it. It just like, it feels good, but it's just like this satiation that I was talking about that you can't get anywhere else. When you're around somebody like that, it's intoxicating. You can't wait to be around them next. It is way better than the feeling of lust or enticing, or it's just like a deeper connection type of feeling. Sorry if the lighting got a little bit darker. Not sure. There we go. And then the Three of Wands says, planning for long-term, abundance from past choices, pride in the success of your labors, be patient as you decide what's next. So this is kind of like I made a card in the Micah Magic deck called Waiting for the Perfect Wave. So that's kind of like this card. But in this card, you see a full moon. You see a ship floating through the sky with this magic. I don't know if you guys can see the glimmer. You probably can't, but there's like a little magic little stardust. And it says opportunity along the orange ribbon. So it's like this opportunity is going to float into your life in a magical way, like a magic carpet. So you have to wait for it to arrive. So you're kind of planning ahead, but also waiting a little bit, being like, okay, I don't know what's coming, but I know something magical is coming. Let me wait for the perfect wave or the perfect ship in this situation. It says, be patient as you decide what's next. All right, lovies, I feel good to end that here. Maybe let's end with one more Micah Magic, because we love her. All right, Micah, what do you want my viewers to hear? For those of you that don't know, my daughter's name is Micah. and she passed in 2012. She would have been 11 this July 13th. So we're going to celebrate her and see what she wants to tell us this week. First week in September. Thanks, Micah. Your current energy is creating your future. Holy Toledo, that was a loud noise. Your current energy is creating your future. So this is all about manifestation energy. How are you feeling? What are you thinking? How are you being? Whatever your answer is to that is what you're pressing a button on for tomorrow, for next week, for next month. So my advice, pay attention to what you're feeling, allow it to be there. Don't try to force the toxic positivity. Just be yourself and just say, okay, I feel this right now. I'm going to let it be here. But I'm also going to be aware that if I stay in an energy that's icky, okay, I just got a message that if you've been in judgment of somebody else or thinking negative thoughts about somebody, that is blowback to you, because everybody is you pushed out. All humans are a reflection of you. So if you're going to think negative thoughts towards somebody, guess you're throwing shade at yourself first. So you're going to viscerally feel sick. You're going to feel pain. You're going to get a headache. You're going to be in so much anguish because you're hating on yourself. So this is why we pull our energy back and we say, I'm not going to think these thoughts right now. This is really overwhelming. I need to detach myself. Universe, please cut these cords. You can even do a cord cutting on your chest and on your back, on your arms, and say, please release this person from my thoughts. I don't want to think these thoughts anymore. You could also imagine the anger going into a jar filled with ice, and then you close the lid and it just smashes into a million pieces. So all of those words and that anger goes into a frozen jar of water, and you're just literally putting it in the ice and then you're smashing it and it's dissipating. You're getting rid of it so it's not going towards you or somebody else. So I don't know why that just came through. Maybe somebody out there is really angry about a situation, or maybe somebody is psychically attacking you because they just don't like that you're a beautiful divine feminine or a divine masculine. Maybe they don't want you and your partner together. Maybe it's an ex-wife or an ex-husband that hates that you've moved on. But when they're thinking negative thoughts, when you're thinking negative thoughts about them, it's hurting you. So please don't do that. I know it's really, really hard to be angry at somebody, but you can learn to pull back that energy and to not do that. Okay. Because it really is just hurting you. And I know for me, when I think negative thoughts about people, I instantly feel it. And I'm like, all right, Michelle, you're going to get a headache because you're wasting your energy. This is a beautiful love energy that we can, that we're in charge of inside of our body. And if we're not using it the right way, our body will tell us. And that's why a lot of people are physically ill, because they might be thinking negative and judgment thoughts all day long, and it builds and builds and builds, and then they get sick. So be mindful. Your guides and angels are saying, be mindful of what you're thinking about. Make it all positive, not toxic positive, but just make it not negative. Okay. You can be neutral. You can be like, oh, that person did that. Oh, well, it might have been stupid, but it's not going to affect me. I'm going to be okay. So we can observe things that we don't like, but we don't need to go down a rabbit hole of stewing over it and obsessing over it. And guess what? People feel that energy too. So you don't want to send energy to the person that you're hating on because then it's feeding them. Now you're giving them more fuel because you're making them think of you, and they might be sending you more negative energy. So energy is real, you guys. People can feel everything. And I know you know that because you feel it too. So great final message. Pull back your energy. No negative thoughts towards other people. Stick it into a frozen ice jar, smash it into a million pieces, and let it go. You are better than that. Love yourself and get ready. You're waiting for the perfect wave. Something is coming. Your celebration is awaiting you. Somebody's about to see you shine, or you're going to see more of your strength. All right, lovies, I will see you in our next weekly reading. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, peace out.